Well, hi, everybody. That's right. Another edition of the Golfer's Garden where we cultivate your game. This show is all about helping you decide what golf equipment works best for you. And in that endeavor, my co-host, who is a walking encyclopedia of just about everything golf, helps you answers any questions you have about golf clubs, about shafts, about golf balls, even grips, so you could become knowledgeable enough to make the right decision in whatever purchase you want to do. And speaking of my great co-host, Mr. Gene Parente, who is the owner of the most well thought of independent golf testing lab in the country, the Golf Labs near San Diego, California, Mr. Gene Parente. Gene, great to see you again. How have you been? And I'm sure it's been busy.
Doing well, Dennis. Great to see you as well. This is the busy time of year between equipment launches and the season in full swing. So yeah, we're keeping busy whacking golf balls.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. We've got a very interesting subject from a gentleman not too far from you in beautiful San Diego, and he wants to know something about bounce on sand wedges. But before you answer that and help him out, let's just step away, take a couple of quick commercial breaks, and then we'll get right to the question. So we'll be right back after this.
Golfers at every level strive to hit the ball like a tour player, setting the club perfectly at the top, storing all the energy as they unwind and their club head approaches the ball, striking it flush at impact and staring it down as it explodes off the club towards the target. Introducing Precision Impact. Precision Impact is the single tool that will accelerate that process and get anybody striking the ball with complete command. Unlike any other product, Precision Impact is designed to keep the hands quiet and prevent the fatal flipping or scooping of the hands. This amazing product will actually reprogram your brain to keep your hands in the perfect textbook position. Precision Impact will soon have you hitting the most crisp, consistent shots of your life. As you start your backswing, you should hear several clicks as your wrist folds properly for a perfect set at the top of your swing. From there, allow your arms to fall as you aggressively rotate through the ball, knowing your Precision Impact will keep your hands and club head in the ideal position. Order now at PrecisionImpactGolf.com and never look back.
As golfers, we want instant gratification when it comes to a better golf swing and playing better golf. Impossible, you say? Not anymore. Golf Boost Artificial Intelligence, AI, has developed and patented the most advanced swing analysis technology in golf. Simply, the algorithms detect your body position and then analyze your golf swing using their artificial intelligence technology. The AI captures all the relevant data from your swing video and then presents you a personalized lesson. Golf Boost AI is the ultimate swing analysis and virtual instruction system for golfers of all ages and abilities. This sophisticated software takes into consideration your height and build, playing level, and returns the ideal solution for your swing. Bottom line, Golf Boost AI is an incredibly convenient and cost-effective tool for golfers to improve their swing. Go to golfboost.com and check it out. The app is free to download and try. Visit golfboost.com today.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And just a little house cleaning. No matter where you're watching this segment, on whatever social media platform, please give us a like. Please share the show with us. And if you would like your question perhaps read on one of our shows or any of your concerns, just send me an email, thegolfersgarden@gmail.com. That easy. All right, getting back to Gene Parente. Gene, Justin from San Diego says that he wants to get rid of his old sand wedges, wants to buy some new sand wedges, but really isn't sure of the bounce that he should be getting. So would you tell all of our listeners and viewers what bounce is, and what do you recommend for the average player as far as the bounce he should be looking for in a sandwich?
So, really good question. Little background. So first off, bounce is, you have the leading edge. So you have the face of the golf club, and then you have this area underneath the leading edge, the sole. And on wedges, that's considered the bounce. Now, what is the implications of that? Well, I'll give you a little bit of history. I think the person who probably popularized bounce the most is my old friend and colleague, Bob Vokey. I've known Bob for 30 odd years, worked with him back in the days with Founders Club. Bob found a home a number of years ago at Titleist and became the wedge guru there. Now, Bob's been a wedge guru his whole life, but he really found his home at Titleist. And what he did that was so brilliant was he took the grinds, and more specifically the bounce characteristics of wedges, and popularized them amongst amateurs. Now, tour players knew about them for a long time, but he popularized them amongst amateurs, and now all of a sudden bounce became a new word in the golf lexicon that is really interesting. Now, there's two ways to look at bounce. Bounce affects two things. The first is, do you take a divot or not? We call them pickers versus diggers. Diggers take divots and they have steep angles of attack. Pickers do not. They kind of sweep the ball or just barely brush the grass. In regard to that, if you are a digger or you take a big divot, you want more bounce so that leading edge does not get stuck into the surface. That could be grass or that could be sand. If you are a picker, you want less bounce, because if you have more bounce, you're going to hit the ball thin because you're not digging the ball into the digging the club into the ground, and you're going to be hitting the ball a little bit higher, and you're going to hit more flyers out of it. So that's the first aspect of bounce. The second aspect of bounce are ground conditions, and it's really interesting. Players will play different bounces, especially tour players, based on ground conditions. If you have soft ground conditions, soft sand, soft fairways, you want more bounce because you want to be able to dig that club in. If you have hard pan, let's say you play on a Muni and everything is hard, you want less bounce because that club is you're going to need to get that blade, that leading edge down in order to get the ball up. So to kind of summarize, it's a function of, one, do you take a toupee or not when the ball leaves? And number two, what are the average conditions at your golf course? And those two aspects will kind of define whether or not you should have bounce or not. Now, bounce ranges anywhere from 9 to 17 degrees. To be honest with you, if you want to get really granular, you probably need to get fit, but you can generally have an idea based on, if you take a divot, you want more bounce. If you don't take a divot, you want less bounce. If you play on hard pan surfaces, you want less bounce. If you play on softer fairways, you want more bounce.
Great set. Quickly before we go, Gene, do you think that's the reason that so many weekend amateurs just hate being in the trap, have so much trouble getting out of the trap because chances are they don't have the right bounce?
Absolutely. And the other one, I'm sure we've all been there, you're 30 yards in and you've got hard pan. I mean, it's just your worst nightmare, right? And if you don't have the right club that has less bounce on it, you're going to thin the ball. How many of us have done that and sculled it over the green and started swearing expletives and being convinced that they don't want to ever pick up another golf club? It's very frustrating. So knowing what your swing type is and knowing what your playing conditions are will dramatically help your selection in shorter wedges and being able to determine the proper bounce for your specific game.
That is great information, Gene. And Justin from San Diego, I hope that helps you. I'm sure it will. And another great tip from Gene. So from Gene Parente, I'm Dennis Silvers. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Golfer's Garden, where we just want to help cultivate your game. Until next time, get out and play some golf. So long, everybody.